is Jordan Harris, and this is my senior exhibition. My essential question is how can learning skills within martial art help teach me discipline and self-confidence in order to help with my future career and training in the military? And as for my essential question, I'm doing martial arts. Some initial challenges that I had was first deciding what I wanted to do. I'm so indecisive when it comes to everything that I want to choose and like decide and like close in the morning and everything. And so plus, all right. Anyway, so I wanted to do flight lessons and everything, but that was just going to cost so much money, and had no idea how I was going to just keep up with that. Tons of classes. It was like a six-week course and everything, and so that was just too much work. And then I talked to my coaches and everything, and I wanted to do bodybuilding and like CrossFit or some sort of fitness type thing, but they're like in the middle of track and everything. No, that's a bad idea. It'll just mess up all your training and stuff. So I'm just like, all right, fine, I won't do that. And so I finally had talked it over with Miss Dillon, and just talked to a lot of other people and stuff, and finally decided what I wanted to do, and wanted to do martial art, and I wanted to help. I thought it would help with my training and learn some discipline and everything because I want to join the military. So I just had to decide what I wanted to do and where I wanted to learn it from. So I finally learned that I wanted to do it from Tracy's Karate in Bar Harbor. And MKKA stands for Maine Katsugo Karate Association. And give you guys a little background on Katsugo Karate Jiu-Jitsu. It was created and founded in 1955 by a man named Harold Brocious, former police officer and a Navy combat diver. And after he retired and everything, he felt like he wanted to just show his self-defense training to the world and everything, so he created Katsugo. And it involves 5 different styles of martial arts. Karate, which focuses on kicking and punching and like katas and proper form with all that type of stuff, and as well as like doing it in different sequences. Jiu-Jitsu, which focuses on partner submissions, or focuses on grabs, counters, throws, and takedowns. And that goes along really well with the Aikido, which we learned as well, which focuses on joint manipulation and counters as well. And Judo, which I have yet to learn yet, but I'm really looking forward to learning that this summer. I'm going to keep up with the program and everything until I go off to college. And that really focuses on throwing a partner around, getting a hold of them, and taking them down with some partner submissions and stuff while they're on the ground. And Savate is a style of French foot fighting, which goes along really well with all the karate and the tons of different kicks and flying, spinning, crescent kicks, and some crazy stuff that you guys have probably seen before and everything. And all right, my mentor, he's right over there in the white shirt. His name is Sensei Evan Richardson, who's a black belt instructor at the Bar Harbor Dojo, and he runs the school with his wife, Sensei Lisa Richardson, who's as well a black belt instructor. And he has reached Rokudan, which is 6th degree black belt, and has reached the label of master, which he achieved at Godan, which is 5th degree black belt in 2011. Absolutely amazing mentor. Taught me so much stuff. I went to his house for private lessons and weekly classes and everything, and he just helped me out so much and just accelerating my training and making it possible for me to present to you guys today and have the confidence and everything, like the skills needed in order to keep furthering my training and stuff and make it to a yellow belt. Alright, so my prior knowledge and everything, I practically knew nothing. I just watched tons of videos, watched lots of fights, like UFC and MMA and like karate versus Muay Thai and like Taekwondo and karate versus karate and like tons of boxing and stuff like that. And I watched the fight between, oh my gosh, I cannot remember his name right now. The most recent one, it was Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao, yeah. And that was absolutely amazing. Like, I loved it, and I just cannot get enough of that type of stuff. I just love the whole like forms and proper technique and just like the movements and the quick abilities that they all have. That's just so different, and everything is just so widespread. There's just so much stuff that I just don't even know about. And so I watched tons of videos, but still I had absolutely no idea what to expect. I thought it was going to be kind of easy, but literally I was so mistaken. Man, my brother used to get in little fights here and there when we were kids, just like throwing some boxing gloves and just fight and stuff. And I mean, it's literally nothing compared to what I learned here. I was just so tired after every practice, going home sweaty, tired, dead, just like I just want to go to sleep now because like it's just getting the crap back beat out of you sometimes and fighting and sparring, but like other than that, it's just like always just focusing on proper form and stance and everything. It's just such hard work, and I loved it every second of it. Alright, and some more challenges were first off, like trying to keep up with weekly classes and lessons and everything on top of schoolwork and track and making sure I wasn't too tired when I got to practice and classes and everything. And getting there on time was kind of an issue sometimes because like my car was falling apart and like I had to fix that and everything. But I mean, I got it pretty much fixed out now and everything, so a lot easier. But still, you know, old car falling apart. I've learned so much stuff, and every class has just been so organized, so instructive. The teachers and the senseis and and everything has just been so awesome, and they're such great teachers, and they absolutely know everything that they're talking about. And I've just taken in every single piece of criticism and every single little type of form and detail that it's been necessary for me to learn it and everything. So every single class I learned so many new skills, honestly, from the very beginning to even the classes that I'm in now. Just every single day I have absolutely no idea what to expect when I go in because I just keep learning new stuff every day. Some more kicks, some more punches, some more katas, some more jujitsu, some more throws. There's just so many different ways that you can manipulate people's bodies that I've never even thought about or even known about before, and it's just so amazing learning all this new type of stuff. Alright, so the beginning classes were literally so influential. It's like, learned so much. I learned all the basics of like proper kicking and punching forms, which I didn't even know was a real thing. I just thought you kicked and punched, but apparently you have to do it right. You have to go and you have to like flex your hips and move your hips and everything. And you have to yell and you have to get all the power out of your body and just make sure that you get as much power into each punch and kick, and bring your hips up and everything to make sure you get all the power and like proper form and everything, and people could take advantage of every little mess up that you do and everything, and like you really have to be careful and stuff like that. And so pretty much the first couple of classes acted like a great hook to a thesis essay or any sort of paper that you've written before. Like you read it and you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to keep reading more. Oh my gosh, I keep wanting to learn more. And as soon as I learned that there was like so many basics and the fundamentals of the stances and the kicking and the punching, I just wanted to like learn everything. I wanted to become a black belt someday, which I mean, hopefully someday I will, but it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of practice. But hopefully I'll someday get there. Who knows? Maybe not. But I believe in myself. And alright, so I learned a little bit about Jiu-Jitsu and Aikido, which is the most fun. I absolutely love every second of it. It's the best. It's like, say someone was to grab you or grab your throat or something and you have no idea what to do and you just kind of let them go. But no, with Jiu-Jitsu training, you build up your confidence and you drop back in your stance and you can kick them a little bit or something, loosen them up, and then you know how to like grab their hands properly and like make them let go of you with like breaking their wrists or joint manipulations and just moving them and pretty much controlling their body without even hurting them in any way, just pretty much controlling them, getting to the ground and just letting them know that you're the boss, that you have control of them, they have nothing over you. It's so much fun and it's so great, and it's going to be such good skills to learn when I'm in the military later on in my life. And so, the classes that I'm in now, I'm getting a little more advanced, but I'm still a little yellow belt, not very advanced at this point, still learning a lot of basics, and there's still so much stuff that I've not seen, do not know about. So much more kicking, so much more punching. Like there's so many different forms of punching and kicking, and like the jujitsu and like the forms of pulling people's hands and everything. It's like you can improvise, but it's like real forms of everything really. And so I learned so much more basics and stuff, and so many challenges honestly from all the videos I've watched and everything. I've always like bouncing and everything, getting ready to like pretend that I'm boxing or something, but like my Sensei Lisa Richardson especially, always tells me to just stop bouncing. This isn't boxing. You need to just stand still and focus and just relax and calm down and stop bouncing around so much. You're not Floyd Mayweather. And like, so that was a little bit of a challenge, honestly. Still is to this point. I still get up there and just like getting ready to like go, and they're like, stop moving, stop, just pretend, focus, or excuse me, not pretend at all, just focus and yeah, have proper form and everything. And they always mention like you don't want to like, I always try and like flex my muscles and like feel that it brings more power out, but it doesn't. You want to just relax and you want to like, as Sensei Edmund and Sensei Kelton always tell me, like just to flow like water and just like let everything move very fluently, very quick, very fluent, very powerful, but yet don't flex your muscles and don't be tight, because the tighter you are, the more you're using your muscles, the more you're tiring yourself out, the more you're working unnecessarily and stuff like that. So learning so much little like critical details like that is just so important to everything. And especially with jiu-jitsu and everything like that, if you grab your partner and you're really tight and you don't even know it, like you feel like you're just not strong enough and everything, they can just grab a hold of you and like counter it so easily. Whereas if you're nice and fluent, you have everything in control and everything nice and calm, you can take care of it, and you got them, everything like that. So also, a really good thing that I learned about jiu-jitsu and stuff is like lots of little form things. Excuse me, I'll go back. Lots of little form things, like have you guys ever tried to open up a jar of anything, a pickle jar, and it's just so hard you can't do it and you have to hand it off to the next person or whatever? I learned like little trick to jiu-jitsu, like if you grab them and like you have their hand in here and you have them out here, they can take it back. They have you. But if you bring it close to your body, like pickle jar, if you bring it in, you have all that power, all that inner strength and with it, and you can just pop it right open. So I mean, next time you guys want to open something or whatever, just try, bring it in. You can show your husband up, show your wife up, whatever, and just like, got it. I don't need your help anymore. What is this? Instead of now. Or whatever, pickles. Alright, so some more. I learned literally so much stuff even about just the human body and like self-defense and like the legal things around it and everything. My mentor, Sensei Evan Richardson, he's been in law enforcement since 2009, and he's very like he has so much information on his mind. He literally feels like he knows everything sometimes. I ask him questions, he's like, boom, this is the answer, boom, this is the answer, boom, this is the answer. And then he tells me, he told me or taught me about all the different vital points on a person's body and stuff. And like throat here is a very bad one. You want to be careful of that. And like the back of the head and like the lower back here, like can cause paralyzing. And like the kidney, like how Houdini died. You want to be careful of those spots or anything. You want to be careful when you're using self-defense. And if you ever do get in any sort of altercations, to just be careful what you use and where you hit them, and just be very gentle sometimes, but yet not that gentle and everything. And he also taught me, like, because he has a lot of handbooks and a lot of knowledge of the law enforcement and stuff, and like how to like properly articulate and like justify my actions for when I'm using self-defense, and being able to like properly state why I did it and how I did it. Like the person was really threatening me and I felt like my life was in danger, or they had a weapon and like I really needed to protect myself, or I felt like the situation was about to progress. I knew that he had his fists up and he was about to just start fighting me, and I had to do something really quickly, or like his hands were in his pockets and I could like see an indentation of like a weapon or a gun or a knife or something. I could like see a little pocket knife and stuff like that. Always being aware of the person's body and their foot placement and their hand stances, or their foot stances and their hand placement and everything like that, and being careful of just always thinking ahead kind of, and like being able to judge what's going to happen. And it's absolutely like, I've learned so much. Literally, like my brain is just always thinking about it now, and I'm just looking around the crowd, just looking where people's hands are and like looking where their feet and placement are and everything. Like even walking through Walmart, just like when I'm looking through the aisles and everything, and there's a person standing there, I'm just like looking what his feet are doing, or like when he's in line, just looking how he's standing there with his hands in placement, looking at everything, you know, just always being aware and everything. It's awesome. Alright, so yeah, this kind of goes along with what I'm taking away from this. Like, I just have a whole new thought process with this. Like, you know, when you learn something, you're always thinking about it kind of like, this is the same thing. I've learned a whole new thing about martial arts and everything, and it's just in my brain now, like learning how to always be aware of other people and like articulate what they're going to be doing, and like think about, like, if someone was to throw a punch at me, like I'm always thinking like, all right, what am I going to do? Am I going to block it? Am I going to dodge it? Or like if they were to grab me, like, am I going to try and back away? Am I going to try and use a jiu-jitsu? Or am I going to try and get their hands away, push away? Or am I going to run away or something like that? Or just knowing, like, also not to like try and start fighting anyway, like being able to assess the situation, knowing that the person is not going to harm me, so I don't actually want to really start anything with that person. Just always being aware and like being constantly like focused on what the people around me are doing and paying attention to and stuff. And I definitely think that all these skills and everything are definitely going to stay with me for the rest of my life. I'm just going to keep coming up. I keep wanting to learn more about martial arts, and as much as I can in the military, they'll have some sort of training and everything that I'll be learning. So, I mean, this will just help with the whole entire process and everything. I'll go there, I'll know how to take some people down, and they'll teach me how to take some more people down, and like I'm really kind of a little bit ahead of the game, I'd say. So, taking away so much at this point, and like hopefully I'm just going to keep taking away more and more as I keep learning more stuff this summer, and like every summer I'm going to keep coming up here and just keep taking classes at the dojo, and it's just going to be super fun. So how does this pertain to my central question? I learned a lot about discipline, self-respect, respecting others, self-confidence as well, and always addressing my superiors, and like my sensei's always being like, yes sensei, no sensei, when I'm answering and giving questions and stuff like that, as well as I will be doing with all my superior officers in the military, being able to just stand still and listen and look straight ahead and always just like knowing that I can't do anything, even when they're like sitting there yelling at my face, spitting in my face. But none of the senseis at the dojo do that. They're all very nice people. I absolutely love them all. But just saying, for the military and everything. And they've always taught me to just really focus on my training and go home and practice and just always like compartmentalize everything I've been learning each day and everything. And just being able to just keep all that stuff in my mind and not try and forget everything all at once and stuff. And I think I'm going to carry all of it with my life. And it's a picture of me and Sensei Kelton. He's a really good sensei, and he teaches me a ton of stuff too, as well as Sensei Eben and Sensei Lisa. Great instructors, very knowledgeable. All right, so I'm going to do a slight demonstration with me and my mentor for the last little 5 minutes we got here. And yeah, I thought it was appropriate to put a picture of Mr. Miyagi there, teaching his disciple wax on, wax off, doing work and stuff. And always practicing. Whenever you're not doing anything, it's practice.
You just be the thug?
Yeah, so we got our thug here. And,
What's up, punk?
And he's going to try and probably grab me or something. Start. Hit him. Push him away. So like, I guess that's just a front lapel grab, or like, yeah, it kind of works pretty good with front chokes and everything. And so I guess we're going to do, probably try and punch me and everything. Yeah.
Nice.
And, alright, so try and grab my hands. If you don't believe this works, some of you have a come up here try and grab my hands too. Alright. And so say he's just standing there and he's like trying to get in my face, and I know that he's going to try and do something. Just grab him, bring him up. And here's the idea with the pickle jar, whereas I don't have him into my body. If I bring him in, I got him pretty much. So have more strength. More power. Thank you, Sensei. So that is that. Special thanks to both my black belt instructors, Sensei Lisa Richardson and Sensei Eben, for helping me with literally everything, teaching me so much in this short amount of time, getting me ready to present, and Sensei Lisa Richardson for helping out with meet times and cost effectiveness with the grant and everything, as well as to the MDI EEF committee for helping me get the grant and providing me with that, and like the eligibility and the ableness to go through this program and keep going through it and everything throughout the summer and stuff, and being able to help me buy gi and some footwear and some more equipment and stuff like that. And biggest thanks to Ms. Dillon for helping me throughout this whole senior rec, setting up this whole thing for everybody for as many years as I can remember since I've been here. She's an absolute, she's amazing. She's an angel. She helps me with all my annoying little questions, everything that we've done, dealing with everyone in the class constantly, and loved every second of it. And I'm finally glad that this is almost over, and I'm just hopefully getting there soon and learn so much, and it's just going to be a very influential part of my entire life. And just keeping up with hopefully going to the military someday, and hopefully this will help with all the discipline and training and self-confidence I need to help lead people and everything. So anyways, here's my bibliography. What's that?
Tell me about the grant process.
So I had to write my initial questions and everything, and like my initial idea, and I had to just to fill out the information for how much it cost and everything. I had to give them a letter and everything, and then I had to write a very lengthy thank you note to them as well about everything that it did for me, helping with the classes and private lessons and buying equipment and being able to just get there on time and everything, and knowing that like if I didn't have the help from them, I wouldn't really be able to do it, and like really kept me on track and focused on
Who provided the grant?
the MDI EEF committee.
Which stands for what?
The MDI Educational, I cannot remember it, I should have put it on my slide. What is it again?
It's EFF, Educational something fund.
Educational, yeah, something.
Okay.
Any other questions, anybody?
have a question. How do you feel about the role reversal where you walk into a place and there are women that could be potentially stronger than you, kids?
Oh my gosh.
You know, the kids all under the age of 10, some of them are 5 and they're higher ranked than you. How does that role
Yeah, when I
reversal help you?
first like walked into the classes and everything, there was just all these little kids around where they were just doing their katas, they were yelling and fierce, and like I was actually kind of scared of them at first and everything. They're all wearing their yellow belts, brown belts, purple belts and everything, and I was just like, oh my gosh, these kids are all way better than me. They can kick my butt if I wanted to, if they wanted to and everything. And like working alongside of all of them and everything's been really awesome, just learning how the kids learn the discipline as well, being able to just listen to what all the instructors are saying without having any fusses. And the women as well, like I was fighting Mallory Richardson the other day, or Mallory Young, excuse me, and she kicked my butt. We were sparring a little bit, and like I got one point in, but she just was flying kicking me everywhere, and it was awesome. And it's just the black belts and the women, they're fierce, force to be reckoned with, and learning so much about everything and respecting everyone, especially women and especially the older people and all the adults and all the instructors, and it's been pretty awesome.
I like how you're self-aware of your surroundings, and how you describe going into Walmart and just, I mean, because listen, down here, it's a very insulated community.
Yeah.
There aren't a lot of threats, but when you go into a city, I mean, you have to become aware, and I think this is giving you the ability to be aware of, like you said, people's foot placements, what they're doing with their hands. It's a skill that you don't need down here on the island, or hopefully you don't need. But as you go on in and you go into, I mean, when you go down to Florida, you know, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of different cultures. That's something that will serve you well. I think that's a great tool to start having now.
Exactly. I really hope that'll help with like everything, even like within the military especially. I never know what kind of people and characters I'm going to meet as I get older, or going around in all different types of public places and areas. And like, there's just so many different people. Yeah, like you said, Maine especially has been a very like it's a very nice community. Honestly, everyone's here has been very friendly. I've never had like any problems with very many people at all. So definitely hope it will help. And I definitely